Welcome back to Eric and Linda Live and hot Tracy, as Linda always calls it. I am Eric.
And I'm Linda. Thank you guys for coming out, listening to our live show today in Hot Tracy that Eric stole from me. I really like that new clip that you have. That music makes me want to go out there and dance. But anyhow, our co-working facility is located out here in Tracy. In our pivot, we're doing something different by interviewing business leaders, owners of companies that can shed some light or some direction onto those who want to start a business or need help with their business to, make everything a lot easier for them in these trying times. So anyways, we have a great show today. Of course, we have some great guests, two of them today, and I'll let Eric introduce them.
So we have two dynamic individuals that are coming on today. I'm sure you guys are going to love them because we've been talking to them a little bit behind the scenes, and we're loving what they're doing here in our community of Tracy. We have Beth Devine, who is the founder of Devine Solution, which is an award-winning digital marketing platform. We also have Louis Dituri, who's a founder of Alps Media, who does a lot of websites. He does a lot of developing. He's a Facebook ad guru, and we're going to bring them on and let them tell us a little bit more about what they do and how they are pivoting during this time. Welcome.
Hey,
hello.
How are you?
Louie, how are you?
Good. Eric, great to be here. Thank you. Always a pleasure to be with my guy, Louis Dituri from Alps Media as well.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Cool. So, Louis, tell us a little bit about Alps Media.
Okay, so Alps Media started out as a computer company. I mean, we sold computers and other equipment, but soon we started doing a lot of video production ads. So the marketing side started to come out. And in addition to that, we did mobile apps, which again was a marketing tool when we switched over to that. So we added services like that. And now we're doing a lot of Facebook ad campaigns, and that's what we're focused on right now.
Wow, that's really good. Beth,
yes,
tell
sir.
us a little bit about Devine Solutions.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Eric. Well, Devine Solutions Group, yeah, as you said, we are an award-winning digital marketing agency. We're a full stack digital marketing agency. And what that means is we're able to provide really any marketing solutions that from small businesses to corporate enterprise. We are particularly committed to our local business community here in Tracy, helping them recover and evolve into this new platform from COVID. And but yeah, I mean, we do everything from website design, search engine optimization, social media management, online reviews and reputation management, content writing, the whole kit and caboodle. That's what we do.
Wow. So we have two people that can help your business: digital marketing, business development, all packaged in one. Wow.
I do want to mention on this show that Beth and I have interacted in so many different ways. So people have told me about her and was like, hey, you got to connect with Beth. I mean, many different people. And I think the same on her side. People were telling her about WorkFine and Eric and Linda, and we just kept crossing paths. And so it was meant to be for us to be together in this, I guess, space. And so I want to recognize you for always being so helpful with Eric and I and with WorkFine and, given us your time, and time is, it's important, and giving it to us so freely. And, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for Workfind, and for Eric and myself.
It is an honor. Look, we all deserve to be successful. And what Louie and I have learned through this whole pandemic situation is that there's a lot of fear out there, and we are the fallback. We are the safe environment for people to be in, to redevelop or reinvent their businesses. And, it goes from a place of purpose and heart. And that's exactly how we met. I walked directly into Workfind 209 and said, I need to meet you guys. Remember that? And I said, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm supposed to be here. And here we are. And that was about a year ago.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're still connecting. It's just crazy, but it's a great thing. And anybody that's connected with you, like Louie, I could just, know that he's somebody very important in your business and for other businesses out there. So I know that Eric mentioned that Louie works for Alps Media, LLC, and he also does Facebook ads, or he helps with Facebook media. Can you talk a little bit about what you do with that?
So, especially in the environment we're in now, if you are not out in front of people a lot and consistently and with a good image, you have a lot of issues that you're going to have a difficult time resolving. So Facebook ads are the least expensive and most productive piece of advertising you can do for your business right now. There are 2.5 billion users, and many of those users go out daily to Facebook. And you know that if you have kids, or if there's always that big market. Look, in the old days, you would be lucky to have, a very small group of people that you can market to. Maybe they were just within your area, because there was no internet. There was none of that. You spent a lot of money on ads. We have the entire world to work with right now. And that's a huge advantage, because there are people who know people that know other people who can use your services. And that's a very valuable piece to have in your business marketing plan.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what particular are companies doing to create these ads? Are you creating the ads, and how does that work? Maybe you can share a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, typically we will connect with the company and we'll talk to them and dive a little bit deeper into what it is they do, take a look at what they currently do in terms of marketing. And then once we get a feel for what it is they do, then we build the message for them, and generally using video and content that they've created or that they have, and that we can add our version of that content and put it into a video, because video is the most used and productive piece of media you can have right now. And your show, that's why you're doing this. That's what this does for people. Video is key.
Wow. That's good to hear. I'm happy to hear that.
We need a video.
Wow. All right. Okay, where we got? Okay, what you got? All right, Beth.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, how have you been helping businesses during this COVID? A lot of businesses have been struggling, and I know Louie mentioned a little bit, and they're having different challenges. Maybe it's they only can, like restaurants, for example, they only can run at 50% capacity, and barbershops are just opening. So maybe give us some strategy or some ideas that you're using to help businesses during these challenging times.
You betcha. So the big challenge is this, traditional, I spent 25 years of my first half of my professional career in retail, brick and mortar. Go to the mall, you go downtown, you walk into a store. That's gone. So you move from brick and mortar into click and order. So how do you take a retail establishment and put it into an e-commerce website? And so that bridge right there is that fear of the business owner not knowing how to do that. And that's where we come in and bridge that gap. And it's the same thing, only different. It's just an evolution. So how do you take a retail store and put it online, not only locally, but globally?
Yeah.
Right? So now their audience is so much bigger, and they have to get out of their own way to receive the success that we can build for them and assist them, and at least teach them how to monetize that. So that's really what we've been focusing on. Behavior is a challenging thing to change, and but it is really truly about moving out of bricks into clicks, and that's what we do best. We do that with
bricks into clicks.
I love it.
I like that.
Well, it's true, right?
Yeah.
So the beauty about all of this is now there's a global exposure.
Yes.
Right? Not just local, right? So it's a tremendous opportunity. And if people can just understand that very simple concept and not be afraid, we will guide them through how to do it right, what right looks like.
Yeah,
And process, and then we'll also teach their team how to do what we do. We'll set them up for success, and we'll pass the baton on if they want us to. I mean, typically they don't, but we will, just because we're an extension of their business and their brand voice.
Wow.
Yes, you said something really key is fear earlier, and a little bit about in just what you said. Fear, it holds a lot of people back, and people are scared. And then when you talk about this global thing, like, it's scary. And so for you to say that you support them and that you'll help them through it and hold their hand through it, that says a lot. What Eric and I do on this live show, I get fearful every time I get on this live show. But
very, Linda, that is so key. So let me just put it out there. So fear, false evidence appearing real. That's all that fear is. False evidence appearing real. Right?
That's good. I'm gonna write that down.
False evidence appearing real. Okay, so we got the noise of the media, we got all the political stuff going on, which it is, but fear is false evidence. Fear is something to be, that's the thing you got to fear is fear, right? So just put yourself out there. You don't, and Louie and I talk about this all the time. It's like, go wrong in the right direction. It's okay.
Right.
Okay, it's okay. If you don't get it right, so what? We'll get back on, we'll course correct, and we'll, create a plan that fits your business to gain traction. I mean, I totally get it. I mean, I know this. I live this. So does Louie. This is how we do our businesses.
And so the other thing with fear is affordability. I know that's a question. Like, I have some comments here, like, how much does it cost? And, other questions. So how can, what do you say about affordability and what you guys do?
So that's a really great question. So, we deal with, extreme budgets, from bootstrap to corporate enterprise, right? So what we typically tell people is like, what is your budget? Then what we do is reverse engineer the best impact traction as quick as we can get, full out massive action in a short amount of time based on what their budget is. So we typically work with most budgets with that. I mean, Louie, would you agree with that?
Yeah. And that's one of the fears is budget, right? So most people think, I can't do this, but what you can't do is nothing. So anything that you feed into your business in the marketing realm is 1,000 times better than nothing. So we like to if a business has a smaller budget, we will start with what they can afford, in essence, and then scale them up as things start to improve. Because if you don't do that, and you can't do that for someone, they're not going to last in anybody's marketing program, and then no one wins. So look, I've been around in business since 1975, and if you don't help each other And if you don't help yourself, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's
like
good
that.
advice.
Yeah, you're absolutely
good
right.
advice.
And I'm looking at, I got a bunch of questions that are popping up, but we're going to take it back just a little bit. And one gentleman asked, why didn't you mention or something about the Facebook
Great
pixel?
question.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I can. The Facebook pixel is a good thing to have. There are some things, some requirements that the user has to have. So if we were going to do a Facebook pixel for a company, we would have to have access to their website, because it is a little piece of code that goes into a website. So we don't jump right out and talk about that, because that's one of the things that we would talk to you about. So if you called Eric or you called Linda, we would go over these pieces that are available, and we would fit them into your particular package that we felt would work for you based on what we know about you.
Right on. So I'm going to take it down another step here. Perfect. Thank you so much, Louie. So retargeting, Facebook pixel. Let's talk about that. So retargeting. So let's paint the picture of, you got 100 people come to your website every month. Okay. You get 10 leads from a website form or an inbound phone call. All right. So 90 people left your website, and you have no way of getting in touch with them unless you have a Facebook pixel or a retargeting pixel piece of code embedded into the back end of your website. And then you can go in and retarget them. So here's what it looks like. When you go on Amazon and you look for a picture frame, haven't you seen that about 3 to 5 days later? The same thing. That is what is called retargeting. So I think a gentleman just asked, why is he not mentioning anything about targeting? That's part of our core service. That's what we do. So that would be a strategy that we put into a queue for anybody who is willing to wanting to go down that platform. So retargeting is very, very key.
Cool. Another question. Are you using Facebook Shops to turn your business page into virtual storefronts?
Yes, we are, and we actually have a client right now that we're doing that for, and I think it is a great subset to an e-commerce site. So it makes it very easy from the user experience. So yeah, we do that.
Great. This is great information. I'm going to shift gears just a little bit, because I think it's very important for the people to know the collaboration between Devine Solutions and Alps Media that's happening right now. And so this is going to be a very important key piece for those residents who are doing business in Tracy, and the new platform that you guys are going to be using to bring help to those businesses who need it. And it is called the Tracy Business Strategy Exchange. So let's dive into that and talk about what's going to be happening right here locally.
Louie, you want to take it?
All right. So again, it used to be that it was very difficult to have any kind of relationship with another business that was anything near like what you are. So I couldn't walk into your business in certain circumstances, Eric, and say, hey, Eric, I do this, without you going, well, why is this guy here asking me, who are you? With the way the world is now, we can talk to anybody and we can help anybody. And that's what this is about. So I know I have a certain level of knowledge. So does Beth, and so do you two. So you start piling that knowledge together, and suddenly that knowledge base gets huge. And it's helpful to many people besides Beth and myself. So it's about helping. Like I said earlier, it's about helping and getting resources together that will help multiple businesses.
Right. So just to augment on that, here's what it looks like. So the Tracy Business Strategy Exchange is a very exclusive group for Tracy businesses only. Here's what it looks like. Everybody shares their questions, their best practices, their learnings, whatever, all in the effort to, help others grow. Rising tides lift all boats, right? And that's really the platform. We will be conducting weekly, or I think weekly, right, Louie?
Yeah.
We will spotlight local businesses of, hey, this is what's working, promoting their business, this and that. But ask questions. It's a very safe environment to be vulnerable and to say, you know what? I don't know what net profit is, or I don't know what gross annual revenue is, or I don't know what cost of goods sold are. I don't know how to, do Facebook marketing. I don't know how to, it's a safe environment where people can just like put it out there and get a solution in a very strategic manner. So that's why we created this. And if you have not joined Tracy Business Strategy Exchange, please join our group. We will let you in. And we would love to learn and hear about the value you can add to our group community.
I think that is, I'm going to join today. I think that's a wonderful idea. And, I actually see this happening in every city, because once you get this dialed in and oiled right, you can open up a Pleasanton Business Strategy Exchange, Livermore. I mean, you're talking global, right? Maybe let's talk outside of,
absolutely.
California.
Hey, so Linda, here's a little bit of cherry on the top, is that we will actually create a customized marketing playbook for those who are joined. So here is your playbook for your business, Mr. ABC Plumber, Mr. ABC Solar, Mr. Whatever, Miss Retail. We will create customized Facebook or playbooks for them to. It's like a business plan in a box. It's like a business body. All they got to do is execute. We can hold our hand through it. But that's the beauty. That's we haven't really announced that, so that's a little bit of a snippet. And sorry, Louie, for getting a little bit out of school.
I heard it. Right. You're going to get the playbook when you sign up for Tracy Business Strategic Exchange.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want it's kind of like, and this is really a bad analogy. It's kind of like having the answers before you take the final exam.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Right.
You heard it right here.
Right. So if you want to get an A, so here's your playbook. Or if you're, look, I grew up in the South. I went to Florida State. So you got your playbook. I know how to play ball. You need to play business. So we understand that it takes a playbook to deliver, in which you can never confuse effort with result.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well said.
It is so important for small businesses to realize that marketing is the key. If you don't have marketing in your plan, then you plan to fail. Because
you can't expense your way to profit.
Yeah.
Right.
You cannot, especially now, you cannot expense your way to profit. So what do you got to do? You got to drive that top line, the top sales line. So marketing opens the door, sales closes it. So we'll open the door for the marketing, for the leads to come in, but the internal sales, which is typically at this point the business owner, to close it. And we work collaboratively with them as their partner 100%.
And I think it's so important for for me, myself, I'm just going to talk about me, opening up Workvine 209 and, a startup. I have no clue in marketing. Eric has a little bit, but I would highly suggest anybody that starts a business to really plug in with people that are professional in the marketing field, like Beth and Louie. That is almost key. You got to write it in your business plan. Of having somebody do your marketing, unless you're a marketing specialist, then but plug into people like Beth
Absolutely.
and Louie.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work.
Else. Whether it's us or somebody else, get the support that you require. But digital marketing absolutely is the key to. I think Vincent just put it up on the screen. Key to competing with big business. Absolutely, He's 100% correct.
Great job, Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I you know what? I'm still stuck on from bricks to clicks. I really like that.
Yes.
my brain is going like, how can I just have people click over here, right? And so, these types of conversations are helping to encourage people, to get them to think outside the box, to bring collaborative people of certain specific professions like yourselves to really help businesses excel and to succeed, right? Because you can't be everything in the business, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. And so bringing individuals like yourself to coach and train and also give you a playbook has a lot of value to it.
Well, thank you, Eric. We are committed. I mean, look, our whole purpose is to provide digital marketing services that enable business owners to obtain the financial independence that they require and the work-life balance that they deserve. That's the purpose. We get sucked into the vortex of, chasing after business or money or whatever. But the only asset we don't get back is time, and that's the human connection. So we help bridge that gap in business development and that work-life balance where you don't whittle away time.
Yeah.
And the whole story behind that, but.
Great.
That's good. I think you have a really good story because you shared that with me when we first met, of how you came from point A to point B where you are right now, and the steps that you took. But I think I remember you saying that this wasn't the path that you were on until some things happened in your career, and you took it and you ran with it and you made it better.
You know what? I love what I do from a tactical perspective, a technical perspective, and a human perspective. And there's a different type of currency that I receive when we do, and I know that's the same with Louie. And if I'm able to get someone to connect in that level of vibration, then it is so on.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Louie, any comments on Vincent? You have to understand how Facebook auction works and how they determine which ads get shown to which people.
Yeah, that's true, and that's what we take care of. So we don't want you to have to worry about that. So we gather the important information so that we can make those decisions that are going to work best for what we know about you and what it is you're trying to accomplish. So without getting technical about how it works and that sort of thing right now, yes, the answer is we will work to make that happen in the right place. And that's another reason why if you can do a Facebook ad and an ad campaign on your own, but chances are you're going to start it and it's going to go a little while and you're not going to know what any of the data says or what it suggests, and it's not going to work for you. So we take that problem and we solve that issue, and we solve the problem so that you don't have to worry about that. So you do what you do in your day-to-day business.
Just answer the phone when the ladies come in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your job.
That is so key, is that you guys take care of that back end so we could focus on our business and not work in our business. Because if we were doing it all, then we're working in our business and not on our business. So that's, again, why it's so important to hire professionals in different trades so that you can work on your business and not in your business and trying to figure it all out, because that is a time waster. Unless that's what you want to do. So
don't recreate the wheel. It's already made. You can get the playbook right there. It says it, Tracy Business Strategic Exchange. Go to their Facebook, go ahead and join that group. Get your playbook today. Any last words before we wrap up today? Any last things or suggestions or comments or words of wisdom to our listeners?
Look, yes, and thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for having us on. But look, it's a different place right now, and sometimes a lot of people don't know what they don't know, and that's okay. And so if we fail, we learn. It's tuition. It's a new tuition. So we're here to assist We will help. We will elevate. We will basically give all of our knowledge to those who are committed. And that is the number one word that is underutilized in the English language is the word committed. And that's why we only work with business owners who are committed. And otherwise you waste the time, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right. So thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
What last words do you have, Louie? I know you got some.
Yeah, I just would. Beth is someone who can bring things to mind for you in a way that I have never seen anyone do before. And Linda expressed some of the same sentiment. So we are able to work together just as Linda and Beth have worked together in the past. And when you find that kind of partnership, or strategic or otherwise, it's a great thing. And truly, Beth and I are here to help.
Yep.
I've always wanted to help, but at this stage of my life, it's the best thing I can do. And it's exactly what I want to do. And I think Beth and I do well together.
Yep.
Wow. Well said. Well, we just want to thank you guys for being a part of our show and adding some value to our show and our listeners and the businesses out there who, are facing different challenges, and being able to give them some substance that they can hang on to, and even offering a playbook and a group that they can connect with. So we really appreciate you guys, and we thank you guys for being part of our show.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. We hope to come back. We'll be here. We're available for anybody locally here to just ask.
All right. Well, thank you guys. We will be back on Thursday. Our live shows are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2:00. Welcome back next time, or see you next time. How about that? All right. You guys have a great day.
All
You
right,
too.
have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.